Hey everyone, it's Rob here again, representing the One Shot channel, and today we're going to be talking about EMUI 10. Now, since the release of Emotion UI 1.0 in 2012, Huawei has been on the forefront of optimizing the Android experience. And in 2014, Huawei changed the name of the user experience to EMUI to make it simpler for consumers around the world to understand. In 2016, Huawei launched EMUI 5.0, which introduced machine learning algorithm to Huawei smartphones. This technology delivered up to 18 months of usage without any lag or slowing down of the everyday experience. In 2017, EMUI 8.0 introduced many new AI functions and a dedicated technology for mobile gamers called GPU Turbo, which greatly improved the graphics of the world's most popular games whilst also improving the power efficiency during gameplay. With smartphone displays getting larger, Huawei launched EMUI 9.0 with an intuitive function called full screen gesture navigation, which allowed users to seamlessly use their smartphone with one hand whilst enjoying a true full screen experience without the traditional back, home and multitasking on display buttons. To strengthen the overall performance and stability of our EMUI experience, Huawei launched a new superfile system called EROFS in EMUI 9.1. In the past 7 years, Huawei's investment into advanced software experiences greatly contributed to the technological advancements of both Huawei devices and the general Android experience. The technological innovation and engineering behind EMUI is incredibly advanced, but the everyday experience should continue to be refined. To meet the ever-growing demands of consumers globally, Huawei has spent a lot of time on the experience and trying to make it simple, minimalistic, effortless, and easy to use. The rigid UI design of previous versions of EMUI have frequently been criticized by users globally for being too complex. However, when looking at EMUI and how it's evolved through the last 7 years, it's clear that Huawei is putting consumers at the center of its innovation. The visual aesthetics of EMUI 9.0 were inconsistent due to the different shapes and colors used for the on-device application icons. Looking at EMUI 9.1, however, Huawei has reviewed this fundamental element of the visual aesthetic and has streamlined the visual experience of applications to be consistent throughout their devices. You can also see other small intuitive elements that have been introduced, such as color optimization and theme matching throughout the applications and icons displayed. The user experience is more refined and the visual aesthetics are clean, crisp, and offer one of the most premium visual experiences in the international market today. Now, at the conclusion of 2019 Huawei Developer Conference, Huawei announced a brand new version of EMUI, which is called EMUI 10. It will be based on Android 10, and in today's video, we will take a close look at what changes have been made in the UI design of EMUI 10 in comparison to EMUI 9.1. So today, I have a Huawei P30 Pro with me, which has been upgraded to EMUI 10. So let's take a look. Now, at first glance, there doesn't seem to be much of a difference between EMUI 9.1 and EMUI 10. However, you are able to see some new changes, especially when looking at device settings. Huawei has applied 4 new elements which are reminiscent of a traditional fashion magazine. In EMUI 10, we can see some distinct visual changes, such as headings have a larger font, making it easier for you to find what you're looking at. With a reduction in text, users can now experience more white space on their visual display, providing a cleaner and more minimalistic feeling that is quite visually pleasing and much simpler to visually understand. Then we can see that they have really focused on visual alignment throughout the entire settings experience, with specific text placed in the same location through multiple different areas of the settings experience. When comparing this with the settings interface of EMUI 9.1, we can see a huge improvement in EMUI 10 in terms of the visual aesthetics inside the settings. With EMUI 10, another noticeable change is the icons on the left. They have slightly become larger and all icons now use a round corner design. This style of design adds a sense of depth to the software experience that's smoother and more refined than the traditional conventional straight edge squares that we have seen on previous versions of EMUI. Another change is the notification bar. The quick shortcuts are much larger than previous versions of EMUI. You'll also notice that Huawei has removed the text from underneath the icons shown in the quick shortcut menu to emphasize the visual language of the most used or frequently used icons of the everyday user. If you slide down again the notification bar, the icons become smaller and you will now see the text underneath the icons, but the space is increased between the icons, making it easier to tangibly identify which icon you're looking for. Huawei has also optimized contacts by implementing the same magazine-influenced interface into your device contacts. The icons which represent individual contacts have also changed from the nature-infused landscape visuals of EMUI 9.1 to an iconic visual with a beautiful Morandi color tone. Now this Morandi color comes from George Morandi, a famous Italian painter who added gray and white colors on top of other colors, so that the colors lose their original intensity and become subdued, generating this really beautiful subtle tone with low saturation, which delivers a more comfortable and soft feeling when looking at the display. Another unique feature of EMUI 10 is the gradient-infused dark mode. You can go to Settings, Display, and switch to dark mode. And when you are using dark mode, the home screen does not change, but the background color of Huawei applications, including the settings, will have a base color of black as opposed to white. If you look at it carefully, the text color changes to a subtle light gray color and has a lower saturation. Huawei claims that the unique dark mode has been tested in every single lighting environment, and claims to have perfectly optimized the visual reading experience in all lighting environments, making it easy for end users to visibly read and see everything easily when using dark mode. Based on my personal experience, dark mode offers a pleasant reading experience with incredible clarity in different lighting environments. It will be great to see different third-party applications also integrate a dark mode option to align with the general UI of Huawei devices. Whether the interaction experience of an operating system is excellent or not depends heavily on whether the animations are smooth, responsive, and consistent with your physical interactions of your finger with the display of your device. EMUI 10 further optimizes the animation experience when compared to previous versions of EMUI. The general animations have been exaggerated further to make it much easier for you to visually see the impact that your physical interactions have when accessing and using different elements of EMUI 10. For example, the haptic interactions are smoother and more fluid than previous versions of EMUI. When accessing multitasking or tapping on smart cards, the EMUI 10 user interface fluidly connects the animation to the touch of the display without any lag or disruption. My first impressions of EMUI 10 are very positive. The general experience, the software fluidity, the visual aesthetics, and the attention to detail is impressive. Given the software experience is something that's used by consumers every single day, it's imperative that the experience is as easy and as simple as possible. I will say that Huawei definitely listens to consumers in terms of improving their software experience. EMUI 10 is a fairly big change when compared to EMUI 9.0 and 9.1, but the core things that really worked in the previous versions of EMUI can still be seen in EMUI 10. Now the EMUI 10 experience is crisper and smoother and more refined than previous versions of EMUI. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the official version of EMUI 10 roll out to devices all around the world. Now thanks for tuning in to another one-shot video. I'm Rob and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.